because the problem is that when you have two dive tanks, if you run both of them directly into one side, they're not there to protect the other side, and Tig was able to take full advantage.
Well, now we're going into last on Volskaya. Kayun will have that EMP ready for this fight. That's the silver lining of dying at 90%. So he's been very good about waiting for a sound barrier to come in and then EMPing, just peeling off all of those shields. We'll see if that's what they want to get done. Dreamcasper, it's going to be interesting to see how long he stays on this McCree. It's not the most ideal point for him. Deadeye will come out.
Deadeye comes out, Tig. Dragon Blade is charged, and he pulls out immediately. Gonna make this room a party room, slicing in, gets 2 kills immediately. Surgical was Tig on the execution there, and now Tempo Storm, finding themselves in a great position to keep pressure in on this point. Too easy, still a threat in here, but the problem is they have to remove everyone, and we've already seen how effective EG can be at stalling, but what a pulse bomb in on Corey, removes him from the fight immediately, and hope for Tempo, still alive here, Hex.
Yeah, the hope is there, but they do end up boosting Kayun, a boosted Sombra, not something you see every day. The Pulse Bomb will make Casper, but he's able to get away from his team, so instead of the 3K that it looked like it might be, it only gets 1. But defense getting 1 kill is nice for them as they try to pull it back. The Transcendence comes out, does not really do a whole lot here, but still, they were trying to get this point. They have at least secured 1 tick.
They've secured 1 tick, and it's really Tig mopping things up with the dash resets, taking out the people respawning, so Tempo is handling this really well. They're not bleeding extra deaths. Finally, they do lose Cozy, but Tig still working into the back, picks up another 2. I will say, though, this has been good delay, where you take a look at the delay so far, only 1 tick has been gotten, and EG keeping open the possibility of bringing it back as Corey finds Too Easy.
Well, Dreamcasper is going to saunter his John Wayne right into a wall of ice, mixing the genres right there as he has to finally back out. And as good as that was, you're right. That's just beautiful stall. Knowing that you're going to die, but dying 1 by 1 and just getting 1 kill, maybe 2 kills. And you start doing that in defense in Volskaya, where the spawn is on the point, you're going to be able to hold defensively.
Well, think about that. Tempo had 2 minutes of dominance there. Not just winning, but dominance. And they only came away with 1 tick. That is an incredible job of stalling by EG to make that happen and limit the damage. Now, that said, here comes the offense once more. Beast Halo's going to lead the way, but EG's really spread out here. They're eliminating the possibility of all of them dying at the same time and keeping their stall options open, and they still take out 2 early on. It's an even 2-for-2 trade. And Hex, that's good for early defenses, but here comes Tig.
It's a little bit interesting that they're choosing to still go in on this with only 4 people left alive and the possibilities of reinforcements in the distance. However, Tig ends up with 3 total on this, still trying to come in. But again, another couple late kills, and now they don't have that ult to work with for the next fight. So they lost 2 early and continue to press the matter. I just don't think that's really ever the right decision on these assault maps.
It's difficult because, again, you have to get the flawless victory. If you don't take down everyone at the same time, it's very difficult to get the momentum needed to grab a tick, especially against a team like EG that is apparently very adept at stalling. And you look at the next push here, Hex, they're going to have EMP on the table and a Blizzard. This has to be a good junk rush, but it's almost certainly not going to be a take for the offense in this particular case. There's just too much against them.
Well, they start with a Pulse Bomb. It does not find Pay Dirt. Everyone gets EMP'd now on the point. Casper's able to take out the Winston, though, and that's 2 quick kills in response to some of the ults that already came out, and they're doing this.
This is actually insane, and perhaps the biggest caster curse of all time, because they had EMP and Blizzard up here, and they just mechanically get outplayed. Tig got 2 kills early on, the EMP didn't do anything, the Blizzard didn't do anything, and now Tempo has pried open a door that should have been firmly welded shut. This is actually ridiculous that they were able to get in with those defensive ultimates up. They've secured a 2nd tick, and now suddenly things are looking rather grim for EG. Still, though, they're coming back in.
Yeah, the Blizzard was in Corey's pocket the whole time, died with it in his pocket. Goliath was also dead with an ultimate too, so he's going to come out, get a Blizzard. That's 2 quick kills. They've secured a 2nd tick. Another EMP comes off in this fight, and that should just about do it, as they will end up boosting Decop towards the end there. Still, they're coming back in. Casper's got another Deadeye.
Tig hasn't been dealt with. He was hacked, but it didn't matter. Just leaping in the back, picks up another, now getting pushed firmly back, a diva in his face, and though he might leave with his life, he is leaving nonetheless. So, again, EG getting away with one there where that should have been Tempo's point, but the stall from EG giving them life where perhaps there shouldn't be life. Tig, though, Dragon Blade coming out, now looking for the win. Finds Goliath, makes it a double kill, and excellent opening for Tig as he picks up 3.
This is why I say you always need a Genji if you're going to win a Salt match, because you get the 5k right there. Oh, make it 6 from Tig as he's just adding to his body count, and he's a closeout hero, closes out the point finally.
I'm still amazed there because even though Tempo won with 2 minutes left, which generally is pretty good for Volskaya, that game in many ways felt more dominant for Tempo than it looked. And yet, if you think about the basics and just simply playing the objective and winning games, EG played it very, very well, where even when they lost a fight, their ability to mitigate losses via intelligent stalling was really next level, even by what we've seen on other good teams on assault maps.
What did you see there, Flame?
I don't know. They're just really good at delaying that second point. And we saw it in their first match against Envision. It's the Mei, it's the Sombra, it's the Lucio. There's a lot of little spots that you can kind of hide on this map. You can go Invis, you can stall it out, you can throw the Diva on the point, you can throw the Winston body on the point. But I really like Dream Casper's McCree pick. I hope he sticks with it. It was really smart. It's one of those heroes that's really good against the Sombra, actually, because Sombra kind of relies on you not having any CC, and then when you bring in that flashbang, it forces her to play a specific way that she doesn't really want to. So he was able to get a lot done. Cozy was able to get a lot done. I mean, realistically, they probably could have done that in half the time that it took them, but I think that they can be happy with what they did here, because I'm pretty sure that they're just as good at their defense, if not.
So I want to direct this to Rod real quick because I think it was momentous, where you take a look at a defense when they had both Blizzard and EMP up and other supporting ultimates, and they end up giving up a tick. How does that happen on a defense? Because that is, by most people's standards, a pretty overwhelming defensive advantage.
Yeah, well, it's not good. But I think but really, so far, the best part of EG through Volskaya has been their stall on the second point of defense. Their first point defense has been pretty terrible. Can has died with 90% and 99% ult on each of their occasions. And they've still gotten... The other team has taken the second point anyway with at least 2 minutes to go in this map, 4.5 minutes to go in the other map. So they've been really good at stall. They haven't been executing the plan, though, too well.
Well, the first fight is underway, and we're seeing EG, again, taking this right side that they just rolled into out of the gate, and they're just trying to get the high ground for their position. But look at 2easy, creeping around to the back as Zenyatta in his sights, and Zenyatta going to live as Elkia is right there at the backup. So supports that stick together live together as we see the defense still holding in here. I mean, Tig's able to take down Pimitsu. Tempo's holding on, but it's not quite as clean as they could have hoped.
Yeah, not exactly what they wanted to get there, but they do get another late kill, and these late kills on the offense are so good. Elkia gets a 3K. He's gotten all of the kills for this team.
Everyone on Tempo Storm is coming down with a terrible case of tinnitus right now. Courtesy of Elkia, who can stream! What are we witnessing right now? This is... I know that a lot of it does come down to support from the rest of his team, but man, even when that's the case, that was a really good highlight reel for Elkia.
That's how you get tinnitus for sure, and that just, it's so good that he's back there just to be able to peel with Goliath. That's already a great play early on, to save his Zen and kill the opposing Tracer, and then he just piled on. Despite all of that damage he did, he will only have 75%, but it is 25% more than JKW, so they will have a small window. It's hard to time perfectly, but I think he should know, as the moment they get Sound Barrier, they will have the huge Sound Barrier advantage.
There's a lot to be said for the position that EG is in right now, and let's see if they can capitalize. Kaon about to have Dragon Blade up. Goliath already down. Goliath not going to get a chance to hold in here as Tig goes to town in the back, picks off 2, and that's going to stop this push cold, and also just give Tempo Storm breathing room, where there is a brief moment where if you could have had a Transcendent Dragon Blade engage, it could have went really well for EG, but wasn't the case. Tempo Storm restabilizes.
Tig is making a lot of fans today. I'm a new convert to Tig because, you know, 1 or 2 games on Genji that have been good, that could be an anomaly, but he has been crushing it most of the day with the balanced Cyber Ninja. Now, they're gonna have most of their ults up here on offense here. They're gonna have a pretty good situation, at least to get a Dragon Blade and Transcend. Here comes a Transcend.
Transcend comes out, and that's gonna put Kaon in a rough situation. He can't really go in with the blade right now. The self-destruct comes into a dream, grabs Elkia. Kaon under pressure towards the back, trying to stay alive, but the defensive tempo is swarming. He's lost 3 of his teammates, and this should spell the end of this push here for EG. And Kaon, all he's doing now, he's just trying to build up another blade while he has open opportunity.
Well, that's a couple of kills there. That, yeah, absolutely. That's all he really wants to do is try to get something going, something to retreat onto it. Now, more tanks added. Now, well, Decop is going to switch over to the Reinhardt. So they're going to run a little bit of a slower push. Yeah, and they're actually going to switch over to a triple tank composition. The only pure DPS now on this offense is going to be Corey, who's got a pulse bomb ready. So they want to do the slow push, kind of get a more sustained aggression going.
Elkia should be able to open this up with Sound Barrier. The real question is Corey, if he can get the early pickoff. For now, in the Tracer v Tracer set, but there's the stick and it connects. JKW out of the fight to begin with, but a counter pulse bomb takes out Elkia. Bad day to be dropping the beat, at least when pulse bombs are around. Very even fight here so far, but EG still with options as Kaon and Corey still healthy and alive. Gonna force Cozy off the high ground. He had the trend stall, he ends up dying. So now this is enormous progress being made by EG, and Tempo, they're just gonna have to sacrifice their bodies here to try and delay.
Kayun gets another kill, and it's one of the benefits of Zarya in these kind of situations is both supports were down. When her health regens, able to get up to halfway health in fighting shape by the next time this comes out. They're going to throw some ults at this, and I think it's smart just to stall because their reinforcements are going to be incoming here momentarily. Kayun also D-mech, and he is lit up like a Christmas tree right now.
Kaon has been on fire and then some, but gets dropped before he can get the Graviton back out. Once more, it's Tig being the garbage man, winning the fight as it breaks down, taking down the last 2 kills, and keeping Tempo in this. So the cool thing about Tempo, I think, today overall is that we've seen both Tig and 2easy on flanking DPS have some really big moments. It hasn't just been one or the other, but this game, certainly a little bit more towards Tig.
Two of the most important and valuable ultimates in the game when you talk about CC crowd control are going to be up. You'd like to see them perhaps staggered, but if you can get a whole wipe by using them both, do it. Earth Shatter and Grab at the ready here.
Kaon, Graviton Surge in his hands right now. Glad's gonna go down, so now do you pop the Graviton 5v6? He's thinking about it. D.Va out of the fight. Hexus says no! And he doesn't get the chance. 2easy sneaks up from behind him, unloads a clip of pulse, ammunition into his head, and Tempo, despite it being a little bit messy, will hold this firmly.
They did end up using Earth Shatter there, though, to try to bring it back, and Decop did get a couple kills, but I still think when you lose a support that early, it's very difficult to think that you should be investing ultimates into it. Now, Decop already had 25% because he was able to swing through a lot of that. They are going to be loaded for bear here. However, both teams are. A lot of this just comes down to execution because everyone's got their ults.
Both teams are going to drop the beat. For me, the factor here is going to be the Graviton. How well can Cam set this up? He's had a monstrous Zarya game so far, but he's going to have to dig deeper once more. You have a Winston in his face. No good targets for the Graviton yet, and the self-destruct takes down Peeb. So again, it's a 5v6 Graviton if he goes for it, and he will. Nano boosted, looking for more, pulls in 3. The fall through, not exactly there. It's an okay amount of damage, but overall, Tempo is withstanding this. Tempo, even 5 versus 5, respawns are coming in, and they're going to push out EG.
Just the cleanup on the ground too strong here for Tempo as they were able to take a couple out. The follow-through for the Graviton was supposed to be in the form of Decop, and you saw he got a couple nice hammer swings onto it, which allows him to get his Earth Shatter up again for next fight. So they've had these giant ultimates, but they're just losing people too early to them. Also, I mean, the way that Pibu died there was odd. I just don't understand. He had plenty of time to get out of there. There was a shield up in front of that self-destruct. Maybe just peeked an angle wrong.
Well, either way, EG needs some help from the police, and it's not going to happen. Decop going down immediately, not going to be able to land a good Earth Shatter here. And EG, now, on the back of Corey and Kaon, perhaps, going to try and open this up with flankers. They've made it even here so far, but you can only trade out so much on offense before the window is closed. And unfortunately for EG, they're going to get pushed right back out. 2easy, winning the flanker battle, and then some.
Going to be probably the last good push here, as they still have plenty of tools. We have yet to see the game-changing ultimate from one of these tanks. Of course, now Kayun is off of the Zarya, so it doesn't quite matter, but Decop has a chance to be a hero here with another Earth Shatter. They will have the advantage, especially early in the fight. It's going to be dependent a lot on how Cozy deals with his Transcend.
Well, the Pulse Bomb comes in, almost getting Decop. Decop still under pressure, and down he goes. 2easy continuing his just absolute vendetta against Reinhardt's with on-point Pulse Bombs. Once Decop went down, that was it. There was no front line for EG to maintain position, and now, Hex, EG is down to their final push, and they really just have to throw their bodies in the point. It's going to be difficult with 20 seconds left.
It's so hard to play Reinhardt against these compositions that run Tracer and Genji. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You're always going to get pulse bombed on your back, and you just hope you live through it. Decop, again, same situation. They have a chance to be able to do this.
Well, at least for Decop, Too Easy does have a Pulse Bomb. He's going to drop the Earth Shatter, and he gets Tig, but Tig is well supported here. He's going to get right back up, no damage done. Dream Casper dropping the Self-Destruct over the top. Doesn't connect. Now it's down to Kayun. Dragon Blade up, looking for anything, not going to find it as Too Easy shuts him down. Tempo Storm just out-engaging and out-mechanically playing EG here, and this is likely going to give them the victory here in Volskaya.
Too Easy. I mean, it's a meme that he's the Netherlands gift to esports, but he is really living up to that title. He has had a fantastic day, and this new Tempo Storm team is starting to really frighten me, and I don't even play against them. Mechanical godliness hit scan on this lower ping now. He's really good for Overwatch in general, so good to see him on a rising team here. Eichenwald, I don't know, they might run this Sombra defense. I think they're far enough out with it. Yeah, they're running Sombra defense. I guess, sure, why not?
I think Sombra on defense is certainly the in thing, and when it works well, it works really well because of the snowball can give a defense and just continually interrupting the flow of an offense. That said, this is an offense from Tempo that isn't going to really waste a lot of time. It's going to dive in immediately, so Kayun might not even get a chance to get an EMP if everything goes the way that Tempo Storm wants it to go.
I mean, you say when it works well, it works really well. I'm just trying to think of, like, the times that I've seen it work really well lately, and it's been, like, sometimes it's been okay. I just don't know if what you're giving up is really worth it. But Kayun misses his translocator, and he's getting hunted down. Actually, somehow that went up over the top there, so Kayun's still alive.
Too Easy right now has crept his way into the building, but doesn't want to take on the Soldier on a combo. It's a little bit too much for him, and he's surrounded by enemies on all sides. Soldier and Ana to the top, a Diva in his face in the bottom, and yet Goliath getting caught out of position by Cozy. So Tempo, reinforcements are coming in, and with Dreamcasper being the muscle in the back, this is going from bad to worse for EG, as Tempo is now in a commanding position on this point.
Yeah, well, Tig opened it up there with a couple of very nice kills early on. Now Decop is all but dead before he even gets near the point, and the chase down is in full effect. They're trying to rock this momentum. This is an interesting part of the map, in my opinion, because you can get a lot of momentum, you can chase down kills, but your cart is going to be so far behind that I think you're better off just trying to bully them away from high ground to get as much chip damage in. Make them roll as 6 and try to get up there. So again, Kayun running this defensive Sombra, unable to get the EMP up for the first fight, will have it for the second. Too Easy, double pulse bomb.
He has it for the second, but what does it matter? Both Ana and Soldier are down from a special delivery courtesy of Too Easy. Too Easy continuing his just mad assault. And this has just been rough for EG, where Kayun running for the hills, wondering why did I even EMP there? I don't know, I can't tell you, but Tempo Storm is looking great.
I guess if he's staying on the Sombra, yeah, okay, he's going to at least switch off, which is the only way to save face after the Sombra performance right there. But that's really good for Tempo Storm to be able to push the aggression there so that they have to group up, they have to clump up, and you see what happens when they clump up.
Tig right now diving right in. Dragon Blade unsheathed, and here we go. It's already 2 kills in favor of Tempo. And Goliath, this is not a great position for an Ana to be in. No friends around, and yet outdoing Tig, getting away, at least for now. Not really going to be able to live, but hey,
yeah.
If you're teaching a survival class for Ana, bonus points.
Tempo Storm finally has a team that lives up to its name of just the storm of the onslaught of the tempo that they're creating. There's been so many fights today where they're getting the first kill, the second kill. Too Easy does go down to Piwu though, so that's a nice opening window for Geniuses to try to bring this back.
And look at Dreamcasper right now, just in the back at perfect angle with attack visor, and he's just going to drop it down. You can see most of the things on the payload, but the problem with this positioning is that a lot of his team in the front lines went down, and unfortunately, there's just not enough for him to go in on at that point.
Yeah, they have to retreat 4 meters away from grabbing this second point. I think the switch from Sombra was absolutely necessary from Kayun. We'll see if he can get something done a little bit more, but no switches are going to be incoming from this Tempo Storm team. They are very happy with the composition they have, and why not? They've been running it most of the day with some great success. However, this might be a little bit difficult for them to go into kind of a set defense now. They thrive in the chaos. Tig opens it, though. Decop already out of this fight.
Something got mixed up there. Decop was far too far up given where the rest of his team was. He ends up dying for free early on, and BCL just able to ruin Goliath's day here in the back. Gonna stop him from doing much healing while the rest of Tempo comes in from the front. And Goliath, even though he lives for a while, is going to fall, and Dream is able to mix up the rest in the front. So Tempo will get this door opened here in just a moment, and it's a pretty clean take of second point.
And just as they get second point, both of the DPS ults come online. Too Easy was already in there looking for a pulse bomb opportunity, did not find it immediately. Decop, I don't even know how he died there, but he's out of this fight again. That is their main tank, their big source of shielding, already out of it. Decop will take that moment to switch onto Reinhardt, which I think is a good switch here for last. You can play much tankier here, not necessarily the room to navigate for a dive composition, but they are rolling through here, and this momentum could be huge. Decop eats a full bomb to death.
Decop again getting pulse bombed, and here comes Tig to the back line. Many targets here for his Dragon Blade as he picks up 2. Still looking for more. Dash resets in, but Cam, against the odds, tries to pull it back and picks up 3, even as everyone else on his team had fallen.
They needed that. This was all but over if he does not get those at least 2 kills there. Ends up with 3. This allows Decop to come back in a position. Now everyone back alive, but it's so well coordinated, the alt use on that offense, because you take out Decop with the pulse bomb. Then that opens things up for the visor, and everything goes well from there. And if it weren't for that hero blade, they would be walking to the end of this map.
Again, the problem I have here is that Too Easy is just dominating Decop. I think they really do need to swap off the Ryan, and look at this, they lose P-Mitch immediately. Now it's up to Corey to bring it back. Tac Visor comes in, finds Too Easy immediately. Gonna have a Diva in his face, which will mitigate the rest of it, so Corey out of the fight and taken down. Still options for Tempo Storm to punch us in if the rest goes their way. Tig still in the back. Sound Barrier going to make this very rough for Tempo and cleaning it out, and Kaon takes advantage of that extra health by just diving into the back and picking up 3.
Yeah, a nicely needed sound barrier there to get it done, and it's just very difficult for Decop to find the right targets because they're all around him. I don't think it's necessarily even Decop's fault. It's just really rough against this composition, and no one's been executing the dive better today than Tempo Storm has. So if they have Pulse Bomb up, it's going towards Decop, and he's been eating them in the back all day. We'll have Earth Shatter up, though, so now after they switch to this tank-heavy composition, these big tank ultimates are about to come online.
This is going to be a fight on the edge. Graviton is up, but what an Earth Shatter! Decop with the redemption, knocking down 4. And that is going to be a very swift fight for EG. And it also bought Kaon some time to get his Graviton up for the next upcoming onslaught.
I was in the middle of a break it down. I think they were trying to enter with the sound barrier. I thought I heard the voice say, let's break it, and then he just got broken half by the Earth Shatter. Tig will be able to try to close this out, but there's going to be a Graviton up here too. The nice thing, if you can get some momentum as a Zarya and a Reinhardt, is you should be able to stagger these hugely impactful ultimates. This one will be the Graviton at the ready.
Kaon right now is just hiding in the corner, doesn't want anything to get reflected, and oh no, it is reflected right away! Kaon is his own master of destruction! What a deflection coming in! I even just said he doesn't want to be deflected. Well, he failed. He failed miserably. Oh my word.
Oh, goodness sakes. I think people don't play Zarya at the highest levels anymore because they're just tired of those things happening. I think that's the only reason. People are avoiding Zarya out of pure shame.
Look, it's a stressful moment for all parties involved, right? It's a stressful moment for the player because you don't want to be the guy that grabs your own team and loses the game. And from the caster point of view, you don't want to be the caster that misses that and thinks that it's a Graviton from a team that wasn't running a Zarya. But, oh, that... I mean, it's not just that the Graviton was deflected there, it's that it was deflected into an immediate team wipe.
It was
an immediate boost.
It was a beautiful grab.
You guys were so flabbergasted about the Graviton, you missed the boostio inside of it.
My mind was just tunneled in on the Zarya at that point. Rod, anything you want to tell us beyond that?
I mean, okay, so beyond the reflected Graviton at the end, once again, the Somber Gambit does not work out for EG. Kaon and the team dies, he gets the ult after they lose first point, which really doesn't matter anymore. And then they barely hold on the second point, but then they lose it one fight after. So really, they've tried to do this Somber defense, which in theory is pretty solid idea. Has really not worked out for them. Kaon has had a better game on the Genji and on Zarya so far. You know, and we're talking about Decop switching from Winston to Ryan. I mean, the triple tank did go okay at the end. If you get hooks and you can get Zarya charged, then, you know, things can go pretty well. But at the same time, they're not putting as much pressure on Cozy as they need to make him go to Ana. That needs to be one of their priorities.
I'm a little excited for this defense because they ran this kind of hold the corner strat where they just kind of held in this little room for the entire duration, and it almost full held whoever they played last. I'm drawing blanks. It might have been... It doesn't matter. Point being, they're going to hold that door probably again, and we'll see if they're able to break it on the side of EG.
Enemy contact.
Well, EG coming in and using Pharah as part of their offense. And this is interesting, too, that Decop is on the Pharah, where, of course, Decop is usually in tanks.
Tankless composition and 4 dead is what that was.
The team wipe,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word.
I'm just going with what Rod said on what is this.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's.
My ultimate
I'm trying to
is
describe
charging.
it the best I can. I mean, what is this? Is probably ineffective, is what I'll say. Would be one of the best words to describe it. I don't know how you can run 0 tanks into this. You need just some sort of great entry kill or something, but you're gonna have to be poking around. Maybe you can run the combo as a distraction, try to play that tank role with taunt, but this is odd. You don't see this often.
This is strange to say the least. EG is digging deep into their bag of tricks, but so far it appears to be
Cozy.
all but empty, as really Tempo is not phased by this at all. This Elkia just takes a rocket to the backside. Dream Casper right on target with that Helix, and I gotta say, this probably needs to be changed because it was better when Decop was getting blown up by pulse bombs every 3 seconds.
I mean, Peeboo tried to challenge Cozy 1v1, Zen versus Tracer, and that's a fight that, you know, Zen can win sometimes, but he just got crushed. He got headshot right away. It was over. I don't know what Peeboo's Tracer looks like. I don't know what Decop's Pharah looks like. You don't see them play these heroes, so I don't know if this is a give-up mode or if it's desperation, if it's something they have in their bag, but it's not looking wise.
This is something that was clearly theory crafted. They have a reason to want to run it. You would think. Maybe they just said, hey, let's just try this, who knows, and I'm just making crap up, but either way, it's been rough. That said, Decomp gets the early pickoff, now has the barrage. Gonna look to cash it in immediately, and does just that. It's a Sudoku pact between Dream Casper and Decomp. I don't know if it's enough, though, for EG to get to this point effectively. Pimitsu is still here, but he's outgunned.
Elkia almost clutched out that res, which would have been nice to bring Decop back up and give him an escape on that. But there's a couple nice kills late from Corey, who's been one of the best parts of this team today.
Corey was able to get back in and really shore that up. Now the question is enough. Tig has a Savior Dragon Blade coming out here, looking for more, grabs Corey and Goliath, making it a double kill. Resurrection comes in though, which is going to give new life to EG, but what a rocket reflect by Tig! He's not done just yet. Well, now he's done. He just died. It's going to be up to too easy to bring this back, and there's still more momentum for EG, but that should be enough for them to take the point.
Yeah, they will take the point, and they will start running a tank. Decop will switch over to the Winston, which I think is very smart to take the high ground here. Peeboo is going to stay on PB Mitsu. I always call him Peeboo, just a funnier name. Is going to stay on the Tracer, as they do still continue to run triple DPS here. So they've made some headway, but that first fight took them a long time.
Well, you have Corey right now on the soldier flank, getting some decent work done on the left side, picking up 2 kills, and that said, you have the rest of Tempo coming back in. They're going to trade out a little bit more efficiently. Now, it's worth noting that the payload is still moving all this. They can't really commit the remainder of the people that are still alive onto the payload, so this is still a bit of a win for EG. That said, Tempo should be regrouped here in a moment, and we'll see if Too Easy can open things up once more with this Pulse Bomb.
Well, there goes the Pulse Bomb. Does find Corey. He's out of it. Too Easy's Pulse Bombs have been heat-seeking today. The Transcend will come in as they do end up trading out. Too Easy now out of this fight. A lot of cleave damage coming in from Beast, but most of this team staying alive is EG. Getting very back and forth now. They will end up popping Primal Rage.
Well, it's 3 versus 3 in what's left, but don't tell that to Tig because he is still taking control of it, finding Elkia with ease, dashing in to Peeb Mitsu, and Peeb gonna have to back out here. Can't take on a Genji, Tracer, and Winston as a mere Tracer, so he's gonna have to back out. And Tempo is doing a good job of burning time off the clock. Sure, they've lost a few fights, but this is looking rough for EG. Here comes Kaon looking to turn the tables. Dragon Blade is out, going to the back. Grabs Beast Halo, looking for more. And Tig does the same to the back. Both Genji striking blood, and the payload moving a bit for EG, if nothing else.
This is just Tracer Genji versus Tracer Genji. It seems like they've been the only heroes who've mattered at all at any of these fights, and just look at that kill feed. Tracer v Tracer, Genji v Genji. I mean, everyone's going back and forth on these two flankers. Very powerful in the current meta, but it will finally be the high ground retaken over here by Tempo Storm.
Well, Tempo is able to fully regroup here. Dreamcasper holding on to the attack visor. Will be a tale of two attack visors for the next fight, but Dreamcasper certainly with better positioning. That said, doesn't matter much when you have a Winston in your face. Will get the support he needs to live, so Dreamcasper will slip away from that. Still has attack visor in reserve, and he's gonna pop it while looking for the squishy support in the back. Not getting it immediately, but does it even with decomp in his face.
It's a really smart transcend there. He timed it that it was post anti-heal grenade, and he was able to keep his team alive with it. Even those who were anti-healed were going to come out of it by the time that Transcend was still alive. So they had to burn some ults to use there. We're getting below 1 minute here, ZP, and already some pressure coming in on the offense. Tig, double dash, too easy, finishes it off.
Too Easy's pulse bombs have had magnets in them to attach to soldiers with the consistency they have here. It's not just been Decop, it has also been Corey that's been on the receiving end of Too Easy's special brand of mail. So, 40 seconds left here, Hex. We'll see what EG can do, but things are not looking good. They're running into a must-win fight.
Well, Pete needs to hit a pulse bomb as an entry, and you want to rotate to get Corey onto the high ground. That's why they're trying to rotate through this castle. They're going to be taking a lot of chip damage on the entry here, but they do end up getting up here. You want your soldier on this high ground. Casper has to be careful. He is super low. They will end up busting Sound Barrier to start this fight.
Corey right now, lots of room in the back. Will have it. Oh no, too much room in the back as Beast Halo sends him off into the abyss with the last swing of Primal Rage. That's gonna not win tempo this fight, but certainly buy them what they need to stall this out. And we'll see if they can keep up the pressure.
Well, they will continue to stall, but those two were the last remaining on it. It is in overtime, and the thing to watch is that Tig has his Dragon Blade. He has shut down teams and maps before. He's been alive for quite a bit. He's just waiting for his team to get in position. They know they just need to win one more fight, and they will be qualifying for the main Overwatch Monthly Melee.
Tempo's been doing great on flankers so far. Let's see if they do again. The Pulse Bomb connects. Tig moving to the back to clean up. Gets Corey with 2 swipes, looking for more. And no!
Wow.
They kill 5 people, and